Shalom. I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, double honors unto our apostles as well as the men that taught them, the elder high priests, as well as the elder bishops and the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings unto the 144,000 and the rest of the elect of the nation of Israel. This is the brother Abadia from the GMS Houston camp. And this is going to be a in transit, all right? Speaking on what's, one of the things that's hot in the news is this digital ID that's mandated for all adults in the UK, okay? Which this is going to come to America, which is all leading towards the MOTB being mandated across the world, okay? And I was listening to a couple of videos about Esau justifying the reason for bringing about the digital ID, and one of the main things they talking about is for basically to eliminate illegal immigration crossing their borders, okay, which is all BS. Now let's deal with here in Babylon the Great, because we know Trump has been warned against the Latin tribes with through ICE coming down on supposedly illegal immigration, and they're executing mass deportation. Okay, so when they come with this digital ID over here in America, they're gonna use that same guise, that same justification, saying that this will help us eliminate illegal immigration, okay, which is all baloney. All right, it's BS, because the truth be told, you need the Latin tribes over here, the so-called Mexicans and the other tribes, okay? And you seeing with the result of Jake getting deported back to wherever they come from, whether it's Mexico or somewhere in Central and South America. Certain plants, or like basically, plants had to shut down because so many of their workers had got shipped back to wherever they came from. All right. A lot of the jobs that Babylonians won't do, Issachar do them, and certain of the other so-called Latin tribes. Okay, so you get rid of them, you get rid of a lot of work that's being done over here that nobody else is willing to do. So what's the grand scheme of Esau doing this? This digital ID is to push towards implementing across the world the MOTB. All right, which ultimately is what? It's Esau wanting to play the Most High on this planet Earth. He wants to know where everybody's at, know how many people exactly, not roundabout, not having to do a U.S. census or world census, okay? But he wants to know down to the exact number on who's on this planet Earth, okay? And not only how many people on this earth, but where you at, what you doing, what you buying, what you thinking. Well, that sounds like the Heavenly Father to me. And Esau, you ultimately he's gonna fail. All right, and this digital ID thing is one step closer to the MOTB, which is to what? Further, get a head count on everybody and more control, basically more control. All right, and then conditioning of the people as well to get everybody, which everybody's pretty much familiar and comfortable with, operating in this on a digital scale. Okay, most people deal with their monies in a digital form. They don't really touch cash. Everything is digital transactions. Okay, with buying, selling, transferring money, for the most part, it's happening digitally already. Cashless payments happening big time. So that's really, and then Esau get up here, you know, and talk about immigration, and this will help us with immigration, the immigration issue, right? When most of the Latin tribes, they come over here. Yes, there's some knuckleheads that come over here and do illegal shit, but for the most part, they coming over here to for a better way of life, to make a better living. Okay, and Esau act like they over here, committing. They just come over here to commit crime. No, you allow them over here, which you act like that some of them get over here illegal, but you really got that thing set up for them to get over here this way so that they can do your dirty work. Now that Esau want to push for his MOTB, which is he's been doing it through gradually implementing things in society, um, cashless payments, getting everybody familiar with going cashless, paperless. Everything's for years, many years. He's, what, 20 years, been beating the people over the head with going paperless. Okay? Getting away from hard copies and getting familiar with everything being digital. So that's what the whole plot is. We know what the whole plot is really about. Is Esau is moving towards the MOTB, and one major reason why or justification for him moving to these digital IDs, he's blaming it on Jake, especially here in Babylon the Great. So we gonna see, how fast that comes over here to America. So that's pretty much it. More can be said on this, but Esau has a God complex. He wants to be the Most High, and he believes through the MOTB in everybody, he can accomplish that. And ultimately, that's what it's about. What Aaron Russo said when he was interviewed by Alex Jones, they was trying to recruit him he was talking about his relationship with Nick Rockefeller and how they want to recruit him to join the Council of Foreign Relations. And he let him in on a lot of, this is Nick Rockefeller let him in, him is Aaron Russo, on, world agenda and certain staged events that was going to happen, like 9/11, okay? And Aaron Russo asked him, like, man, what is the end goal? You guys have all the power. You got all the money. You hurting innocent people. He said, what are y'all trying to do? And he said, we want our monies and pretty much information to be on a chip, and have every man, woman, and child on this planet Earth chipped. You know, so that what? So that they can have absolute control. You know, no dollar goes untaxed. There's no under the table transactions going on. There's no body missing in action and Esau don't know where you at. That's what it's all about. So I didn't read Revelation 13 and 16, but I didn't had it up this whole video. And this is where we at, to where this prophecy is knocking at the door. It's about to be fulfilled. And when this comes to pass, things are already moving fast. Things are gonna move even faster. And that's a sign that this man is going down. As he moves towards the MOTB, he's moving towards his destruction. Okay, so Lord willing, this video was edifying. Do something quick. All right, until the next one, I say shalom.